2, 3, 4. Hello, hashtag First TV family, and welcome. It's week 234. I'm Aaron Mack, and my good friend Kevin, aka CBC Basic Complexity, is taking a wellness moment away. And we did communicate today, and he does send his love to everyone. And until he is back, able to give his love in person. It's all about love with hashtag First TV. Okay? Yes. So I will do our number share program this week. And I think it was on me anyway. Lakini. That's how you say butt in Kiswahili. One press and two press. So this is the two of the 234. Were Ross and Rachel on a break? Oh my gosh. I'm going to answer that question because I think I know what it's talking about, but I totally don't know. But my answer to that question, I think they're asking me about the show Friends, and I did not watch Friends. No shade at all. Honestly, I tried to really get into it. I remember freshman year in college, I would play it on my dorm room TV, and I really tried. I really did. And I just, no, actually, I, I did like it for a moment, for this moment. Anyway, Shania Twain. And I don't even think that's exactly the lyric, but it's something with the word moment in it. But I did not get into Friends. I tried to, but it just didn't make it for me. It didn't make my cut of programming that I would make it a point of view. Again, freshman year, I did give it a good shot. I watched a lot of it, and I enjoyed a good, strong amount of it. I beyond that, no, sorry, but my answer. Um, this is a horrible question. How dare they do that to me? Were Ross and Rachel on a break? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know her. Let me stop. Anyway, all right. So I will go into my new-ish. No, it's time for my old-ish song. And it is, I am not going to call it very old because it's younger than me, but I was a baby when that song was new. But it's none other than October 3rd, 1986 song Breakout by Swing Out Sister. And honestly, that is one of my favorite songs ever. I love that song, Breakout. And it was just that's one of the few songs that I actually remember loving back when I was that young. Just something about the energy of that song really just did it for me. And break out. And oh my gosh, they had a bridge and a key change. And the musician in me, musician and 2.5-year-old me was like, well, not 2.5, but October. That was the year that I turned 3. So 3 years and 2 months. 4 months. 3 years and I don't know. June, July, August, September, October. 4 months. Okay. Y'all saw me count. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But yes. So that was my jam. I have loved that song for years. Just like that was another one that I would hear and I was like, oh, I love this. That and Whitney Houston's How Will I Know? I remember loving both of those songs at that time when I was just a little toddler. I was like, what is on the radio? Anyway, so oh, I was going to ask, are we ready to get this show on the road? But you know what? You know what I will do? Oh my gosh. And I am going to stall until I get it up. But this is the last Monday of the month, y'all. So you know what that means. You know what that means. And I know. I think it would be super cool. And look, singing like diva, Mariah Carey comes up. So that's marvelous. She is diva. So what we will do is turn into the thank you moment. The moment that we give, we express our gratitude, express gratitude to everyone in the hashtag Verse TV family all over this globe. I feel like somebody said something along those lines, all over the, oh yeah, Shanice, and something all over the planet, that there be peace in the world. Peace. From her Inner Child album. Oh my gosh, I can take myself on a billion tangents, but I won't. So, first, Uruguay, thank you. United Kingdom, thank you. Philippines, thank you. Netherlands, thank you. See, I need glasses. I do have glasses. I just don't really wear them. But Guatemala, thank you. France, thank you. Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela, thank you. Bangladesh, thank you. Egypt, thank you. Chile, thank you. Australia, thank you. Pakistan, thank you. Malaysia, thank you. Colombia, thank you. Germany, thank you. Belgium, thank you. United States, thank you. Everybody around the globe, it's nothing but love. Nothing but love and appreciation. Thank you. Now, let's DEF, get this show on the road. All right. Topic A is coming from
hashtag wanting you at Brand New Life Music, hashtag Verse TV 234C.
Fellas, we gotta have a real conversation right now. Gentlemen, if a woman tells you what restaurant you can take her to, she don't want you, man. She don't want you. If she tells you she's not willing to go 50-50 on some bills with you, she don't want you. Any vision, any aspiration of any kind of relationship that you plan to have starts with the woman that wants you. Period. I don't care what the woman thinks. I don't care. It is on you to choose a woman that wants you. Brandy, you know what you're talking about. Hey, when a woman wants you, she'll do anything for you. She'll do anything just to be around her man. It's a woman right now with a PhD that wake up to a dude with 8 gold grills. It's a woman right now that hates fishing who just woke up at 3 a.m. to wake her husband up at 4 a.m. to go fishing and do something she hates. Right now, it's a single mom who has a trip planned with a dude that she know got a brick in the car. Ready to risk it all because she want him. Don't tell me what a woman won't do if she wants to. You think she gonna tell Idris Elba, you can't take me to Cheesecake Factory? You think she gonna tell Morris Chestnut, we can't go to Applebee's? That what you think? That what you think? I have to be extreme so you get the point. You gotta get a woman that wants you. And now this 50-50 thing on this bills, she don't want you. She don't want you. Let's look at this logically. She's struggling in the world. Even if she's not struggling, I can cut your bills in half by 50%. I can cut your bills in half by 50%. I'm not gonna take that deal. You know who's not gonna take that deal? Somebody that don't want you. What she's saying is, I would rather pay 100% of my bills and not talk to you. If I talk to you, you gotta make it worth it to me. And by making it worth it to me, you gotta pay 100% of my bills. She don't want you. I hate I have to make this video. Nobody wants to say it. Nobody wants to say it. Come on, man. Be better than that.
All right. That is, well, you saw who it was. And as far as Brandon Brand New Life Music's position on this, I wanted to say, because I have had conversations with people on this matter subsequently, and it's good to acknowledge that he's saying this in reference to this thing that was really like going around on social media, like restaurants you can't take a girl to on a date because she hates them. She's tired of them. All women hate it. Not all women do any kind of thing. Women are not a monolith. So it's like, absolutely. And that's kind of the point that he's making. And I think it applies mostly to anyone, male or female, honestly. And if Wayne Brady offered to take me on a date to Sheetz or Exxon, I would be there. So he's absolutely right, you know, and it comes down to, as he said, a woman that wants you, a man that wants you. Yeah, people will make exceptions. I don't think even if it's not a Wayne, somebody on a level like a Wayne Brady, I don't think I would care. I would be more intrigued by the fact that a dude is offering to pay one as a gay man, you know, that you don't always get that. And that's why I always say Dutch treat and public place first date. Those are my things. And I wouldn't have a problem with it being any particular place, though, because it is about spending the time with the man. And like she said, a woman with a PhD waking up to a dude with 8 gold grills, that woman has a man. That woman is waking up to a dude. A woman waking up at 3 a.m. to tell her husband to get up at 4 a.m. to go fishing, that woman is waking up to her husband. Okay. And as far as the, I sliced out some of these notes because I'm like, Aaron, don't tell too much of that story. But I dated a dude who smoked weed before it became much more legal in the world. It's legal in DC. I've never smoked a day in my life, but I was living in DC when it came down to a vote, and I did vote in favor of it being legalized. And it passed. Yay. I remember in the store, people were like, we won, we won. And I'm like, I don't smoke, but cool, you know? Anyway, see, I wish there was something else I'll just go into my 1 minute. Are y'all ready for my 1 minute? My 1 minute ish? So he did smoke. He didn't sell. He didn't keep a brick in the car, but he did smoke. And I was always concerned going out with him because I was like, what if he forgot some weed under the seat? And next thing you know, we're both going to jail. And Maryland didn't have it quite that on quite that level of weed possession, but still, it's young me was thinking, I was in my 20s, I was in my early 20s. I was thinking that it was a risk. But yes, we do mental acrobatics to justify our being with the person that we want, period. Yes, yes, yes. And as far as the Bills 50-50, oh my gosh. I'm going to take a second 1 minute. Hetero society is a little different to the extent that society does put so much in terms of expectations on what heterosexual couples should and should not do. And I look at that as a same gender loving man. Hey, gay. Yes. I kind of like that. Hey, gay. Hey, gay. Anyway, but same gender loving man. And aside from that, some people have been hurt by the situation of somebody being like, I'm going to split the bills. We need to split these bills 50-50. And this is part of the reason that she might not immediately jump at the idea of splitting the bills 50-50. It might be like, you know what, for a time, let me keep on paying my 100%. You keep showing up as a good person, and maybe we can talk later. But what I don't want is I don't want to be in a situation that I say, okay, let's split these bills 50-50, baby. And the next thing you know, 50-50 becomes 25-75, you on the low end. And then 25-75 becomes 397. And then 397 becomes basically you're just an added expense in my expense book. Basically, that's what it is. And as far as I really don't have time to go into that. I was going to talk about as far I won't even talk about it anyway. But suffice it to say, I won't do that. So my one sentence Aaron's final thought wrap up. I keep getting my robe caught just so I can show my diva arms. You know, my arms are so thin. I love them because I'm like, these are diva arms. I'm a man, okay? I'm not a person who has any question of his gender or anything like that. I am a man, but I do love the fact that I have diva arms. Divas have small arms, you know, like I can wrap my pinky around it. See? I have diva arms. Anyway, but ugh. My one sentence wrap up is yes, it's you and the connection. Woman or man or non-binary, omnibinary, whatever. Wait, not omnibinary. Omnigender, whatever. Oh, there's a word for that, but I can't think of it. Sorry. But the hashtag Verse TV loves everyone, absolutely. And regardless, it comes down to, is the connection good? And I will say, if you are a person who loves to go to Chili's all the time and your partner hates going to Chili's, therefore your partner does not want to be with you. If they do not want to be with you because you go to Chili's all the time and they want to try to change you, I would say perhaps my advice is tough because I don't know. Like, yeah, I used to throw dudes away all the time back in the day, but that was I I don't think a person should be trying to change who you are as a person at your core, you know? Anyway, but if you're the type of person who loves going to Chili's and they're like, this is cheap, I can't go to a cheap place like this, how dare you do that? Maybe you want to move to a different partner or try to find somebody who's a better match. If it's that serious to you. If it's not, then it's not a core issue of yours. So yeah, you can compromise. But if it is an issue to you, if you love Chili's, like I loved Cava when I lived in the Maryland, DC area, DC, Maryland. I can't say DMV because technically Baltimore is not a part of the DMV. They are like, I was talking to my hetero best friend about that, and I was like, yeah, you know, like, isn't this all the DMV? And he's like, no, we are Baltimore. I'm like, okay, gotcha. So, yes, honestly and honesty is important. So that's the main thing. If it is something that's important to you, be honest about that. And if they don't care about something that's important to you, then maybe it's time to if you've tried, maybe they are worth changing. There are some who, oh gosh, what time is it? 27. Yeah, I haven't gone too long. Okay, so here's the hashtag Verse TV family question. Yes or no? Is there a place that a great match that you're very into can treat you that would make you change your mind? And my answer to that question is yes. Actually, and this comes down to core values, if a partner tried to take me on a first date to a sex party or something like that, my thinking on him would change because after letting him know that I'm not into that, I'm not gonna lie, I have been to a sex dungeon. No, I'm kidding. Well, well, I guess it kind of was. I don't know. Once I did it once. I didn't even participate, but I just wanted to see the vibe. So I went with a few friends, but it didn't do it for me. So if you take me on that it's like, that's not a date. That's not a date. Not to me. And if that's a core value of yours, maybe you shouldn't want to be with me either. Because you have a right to have that as a core value of yours. You can, you know? Anyway, yeah. Oh my gosh. I have so many stories, but this is a good one. The dude I went on a date with to Federal Hill in Baltimore, and I was in the car. We were in the car together, and I was just like, oh, it's such a beautiful night, up looking at the sky, and just, I love Baltimore's Federal Hill. While we were in the car, I was like, I love Federal Hill. It's just so beautiful out here. Uh, it, don't you love it? Like, it is just so, the elegance of the evening. And he was a cutie. He was a cutie, y'all. Yes. And the elegance of the evening and just the beauty. And I turned over to him, and he, while I was talking, he was masturbating hard. Like, yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it? Yep. And I was like, and then when I made eye contact with him, he was like, oh, it's not that type of party. I was like, it's not that type of party. But even that situation, I would still, I I think he is the one who actually disappeared from me. I think that's because he was like, oh, this B ain't giving up the goods, so I don't have anything to build with them. And that goes back to core values, you know? So if his or her core value is they don't want to go to Chili's ever, that's legit. They don't want you enough to sacrifice their core value, nor should they. Or if you love to go to Chili's and that is a core value of yours, if you want to masturbate in the car while your partner speaks of days of beauty and all of that. And actually, I kind of take that back because that's in the gay community, maybe that's acceptable. And he did put it away as soon as he saw that I wasn't into it. But I could see some people taking that in a very wrong direction. So I won't say that. But if Chili's is a thing that you like, then yes. All right. So hashtag Verse TV family, are you ready for the next one? I am ready, Aaron. Share, subscribe, and share again. Thank you so very much. Very much thank you.
Hashtag HeyShoreTV234 at Monet Exchange. Hashtag VerseTV234B.
I was yesterday years old when I realized how problematic the Power Rangers were. Did y'all know Power Rangers were problematic? Let me fucking tell y'all. Okay, so just think about it, bitch. As you have the 5 Rangers, right? You have the girl was the Pink Ranger. You had the boy was the Blue Ranger. You're like, Monet, whatever. It's like the binary. They didn't know anything better. Hold on, bitch. The Asian girl was the Yellow Ranger. The black boy was the Black Ranger. The redneck was the Red Ranger. And the most powerful Power Ranger of all was the White Power Ranger. The White Power Ranger. Bitch. And we were all sitting there like, it's morphin' time. No, baby, it's problematic time, okay?
So, my statement for that is I used to love the Power Rangers. And like a good millennial kid, because I was a 10 when the Power Rangers released in 90, late 93. So I had just turned 10. And it's funny because when Power Rangers first came out, when I saw it advertised, I was like, well, maybe I'm a little too old for it, but I love it. Anyway, but like a good millennial kid, I loved Power Rangers, and I didn't even realize those problematic issues until I was older. With that being said, I will say that racism and general xenophobia are taught. And I remember at that time, I lived in upstate New York, and my two best friends were white. And I remember talking with them, and I was like, I don't know why people call me black. I'm not black. Like, I'm brown, right? I mean, look, like, right? And they were like, yeah, Aaron, same, similar age. They're like, yeah, Aaron, I don't get that. And one of the people was like, yeah, and I don't know why people call us white. Like, if anything, we're like peach, you know? And that just shows that this concept of race, maybe one day, in the words of Donny Hathaway, one day we'll all be free. And in the words of Patti LaBelle, wouldn't it be beautiful if one day we were all just like, you know what? We're not going to teach this next generation about such differences. Because I remember I went to my mom after that, and I was like, yeah, you know, I was talking with my friends about that, but what are your thoughts on that? And she was like, oh, Aaron, time will teach you. Time will teach you. Time. She didn't say time will teach you, but basically she said, as you grow, you will learn. But she's like, oh, that's cute. Anyway, all right, hashtag Verse TV family. Are we ready for topic C? Yes. Yes, we are.
Hashtag eternal love at LGBTQ_pride_grow. Hashtag Verse TV 234A. English synopsis. Family grieving around a grave. The older woman expresses how very much she misses her brother, and suddenly the brother appears from the dead as a ghost, and he introduces the family for the first time to his male partner who is with him as a ghost. And the family, some are sort of shocked, like, oh my gosh. But the sister is very happy and claps, and the rest of the family starts to clap as well. And she says, oh, I'm so happy for you. I thought you would be alone forever. Scene closes with the partners smiling and embracing.
Gay news, you will not believe what Doritos just did.
Hermano, cómo te extraño. ¡Oh! ¡Tío Alberto!
¡Qué sorpresa! ¿Qué hubo, familia? ¿Cómo están?
Alberto.
¿Quién es él? Es Mario, mi pareja.
¡Qué milagro! Creí que este iba a estar solo para siempre. Ay, qué lindos.
That makes me cry like every single, like tears are actually coming from my eye. Watching that just now, tears also came from my eye while I was in Panera Bread watching that in preparation for the show. That scene is just, oh my gosh. Anyway, so yeah, at first I thought that the scene was expressing that it took him so long to find his partner. He didn't find his partner until after Afterlife. And that's a thing. And he didn't get to find love until the afterlife. But then I thought about it and I was like, you know what? It probably was. Still unfortunate because he couldn't be public with his love before he passed away. Ooh, that's just, oh. Because he couldn't be public with his love before he passed away. He didn't get to introduce his partner to his family until after he passed away. Wow. Oh my gosh. And the sister explaining that she's so happy. I'm so happy for you. You know, I thought you'd be alone forever. It's like people, there are people who don't care about that. People who want those of us in the LGBTQIAP community to be alone forever if it doesn't match what society wants. They want us to be alone forever. And that also, two main songs that I think of, two songs that I love, some of my favorite songs ever. Phyllis Hyman's song, Meet Me on the Moon, and James Taylor's song, Never Die Young. They're both speaking of couples that were so out of this world. Phyllis Hyman sings, Meet Me on the Moon, where we can be together. James Taylor sings, with their backs up against the wall, but they still held on together. Now they're among the moon and the stars. Happy. And it's like, why? I was about to yell, but it's like, why do we have to go through all that? Yes, those songs are not necessary. I don't believe that those songs were written specifically for gay marriage or gay people. But why do we do that to people? Huh? Why do we make people someone they're not just to fit what we want? To make people end up living alone forever so we could be happy. And by we could be happy, so you can be happy. Make us live alone forever. Stop. Anyway. So I also acknowledge that people are starting to accept homosexual connection in general, right? And starting to be like, well, yeah, some people are gay, some people are straight. Cool. You know, starting to get there. And that was a frontier. And now I'm realizing our next frontier as same-gender loving people is marriage. And in reference to that video, I think of that as how he came back and he was like, hey, this is my partner. And they were like, oh, that's who it is. Because he's from the generation where people didn't even understand and accept that gay people can partner. Same gender loving, that there can be same gender love in partnership. But I think of that. I think about people being able to a more modern version of that person coming back and he like tipping his hat and saying, "Hey, this person," and imagining people being like, "Oh, so you found your old friend so and so." This is such a thing. Anyway, oh my gosh. But and I'm tearing again. But say, "No, that's not my friend. He's my husband." He's my husband. My one sentence wrap up. Didn't I say that was such anger? My one sentence wrap up, or my one wrap up is not all people need marriage. That's true. People can and should be able to be and do whatever is right for them, whatever is living their truth. World, and I'm talking to you, world, we need to get to the point that we understand and accept that not everybody is a cookie cutter. Well, not a cookie cutter, but not everybody is cut from a cookie cutter. There we go. Different people are in the world, but we need to love and accept that. Maybe this world would be a better place once we got there. And that goes back to what we were talking about last week in terms. Okay. All right. So the hashtag VerseTV family yes or no question is, might you buy more Doritos now? And my answer is yes. And something that I've read years ago that was intriguing is it did say that gay and same gender loving people are more likely to support groups or companies that support things that they believe in. And Doritos, I agree with that. Yes, I believe in that. No, as far as people coming back as ghosts, I'm not going to say I believe in that, but I believe in what message is being communicated with that. So yes, and I will support Doritos more. Also, because as someone with a multiple sclerosis diagnosis, I pay attention per the swank diet that I like very partially follow. Per the swank diet, one of the main tenets was to avoid things with more than 1 gram of saturated fat per serving, particularly milk fat. And Doritos actually has only 1 gram of saturated fat per serving. So I can eat it, and eat it I do. Oh my gosh. I'm going to prove my Walton and Johnson fan boyness. Like I actually used to listen to that show a lot, but eat it every day. I don't eat it every single day, but that was a slogan of theirs. Anyway, are y'all ready for the next topic? Topic D. I am. Yes, I am. Okay, here we come. Here we go, loop-de-loo. Here we go, loop-de-lie.
Hashtag telling friends at Queen Simba. Hashtag VerseTV234D. Text. Why is it that the moment you tell your friends about someone, it ends.
So I met this guy.
2 days later.
Never mind. So I met this guy.
2 days later.
Never mind.
Okay, yes, sometimes it is like that. And I don't know why, but that does seem about right to me. Sometimes. And I blame people's energy sometimes. Sometimes, depending on the energy of your friends, they don't want to see you happy. They don't. And some want you to be that single funny friend. Like, I know that there are people who exist in the world who have been closer connections of mine over the years. And then I had to realize, oh, wait a minute. No, they don't want me to be happy in a relationship. They just like me as the funny single friend. And energy is a real thing, and that's a problem. And when I say funny single friend, I don't mean funny like they laugh whenever I make a deliberate attempt at a joke because they're like, I don't think he's that funny. But they can enjoy my circumstance. They can find that funny. And because I don't mind laughing at myself, I don't mind that being a point of, hey, that's funny, whatever. Anyway, but there are people like that. There are people who put energy in the world like that. Now, I will also say maybe it comes down to a self-fulfilling prophecy. And honestly, maybe at that younger age, I just wasn't ready. And I'm not going to say maybe that is true. That and the energy people were putting out, haters were putting out there on me. That and the energy did a number on me. But I don't think I was ready. I wasn't. When I was younger, I think it took me quite a while. And yeah, that's probably mostly the reason because I was just not ready yet. Oh my gosh, y'all better listen to Zach Noe Towers on Sirius XM. I love his show. I know in his room he has a thing called Tower Bottom because he's proudly a bottom. Gay bottom. Anyway, oh my gosh. But they were speaking to the fact that gay people tend to be behind the others because in terms of having certain experiences and reaching certain points, because we couldn't do it at as young an age. That is changing. That is changing. But we couldn't, us older millennials and such, couldn't do it before. Not as widespread, but there are people who did. Like that's part of the reason that that dude had a crush on in college, a real crush, because I was so intrigued by the fact that he was openly gay freshman year. He's 1 year behind me, and he was openly gay, and I hate to say he was masculine, like that's yeah, he was masculine. He was, I don't even want to say he was regular. Anyway, suffice it to say he was attractive and a genius. He was a genius. I remember we took a chemistry class together before I switched my major. I'll leave it at that. We took chemistry class together, and he is a genius. And my one sentence wrap up is, if you expect it to happen, you might just make it happen. Don't give negative things mental power. Don't do that. Don't do that. Also, I will say additionally, vet your close friends well. Vet them well. The hashtag Verse TV family, yes or no question. Does it seem like telling some friends about your relationships sometimes makes it end? Now, today was my second half dose infusion day at the clinic for multiple sclerosis. Thank you. And it made me hiccup a lot the first time. So this second half dose, it seems like it's starting to agree with me a little more because I'm not hiccuping as frequently as I did before. Anyway, my answer is yes, but also I was younger then, and the people around me added to the issue, in my opinion. And I'm sure that plays a role. All right, topic E, what time is it? We're actually making good time. So even, I talk a lot. I talk a whole lot. But I do want to say share, subscribe, and please share again, please. Thank you. And give a like. Click a thumbs up, click a like, click a heart, whatever it is on whatever platform you are seeing hashtag Verse TV. Do that thing, please. Thank you. All right.
Hashtag Cerebral TV 234 at Derek _Yells at Hopcat Beer Bar. Hashtag Verse TV 234E.
I don't like it when people go on hikes as a first or second date. It's a terrible situation. Not only is that the brokest person you've ever met, first of all. Second of all, that's not, you should be, your first or second date should be at a restaurant where if it goes off the rails, you can pretend to answer the phone, go, hey, my uncle's head caught on fire, and I gotta go home. But now we're gonna walk 4 miles into the woods, you're gonna realize that Trevor is a weirdo, okay? And now we got 4 miles back, and if you take off running, that's his favorite, okay? Do y'all not understand this? Hiking is for people in a committed relationship that love each other. You don't learn about somebody as you head into the abyss and have to spend the day just sitting on a rock eating wasabi almonds. You're like, drown me, you know? What is happening? We don't have a phone signal, and I'm pretty sure you live in a bunker. If they cared about you, they'd be showing out. Listen, Jessica, you deserve fajitas. You do. I mean, go to one of my favorite places. Go to a Chili's and show out, you know? Get the big margarita, one of those you could soak a bad ankle in, you know? There's 4 straws and only 2 of us. Let's have a good day.
At the supper club? No one get the supper club here? Sorry. Oh, I got the supper club.
Excuse me? We're ready to order.
Yeah, I'll be with you in just 1 second.
We're ready to order right now.
Okay, yeah, perfect.
Table for 2, please.
Okay, we are on a 30-minute wait right now, so...
Well, what about that table right over there?
That one's reserved, so it still will be a 30-minute wait.
Well, how about that one way back there?
I speak in Chinese.
Could I have a rum and coke, please? But could you make it extra strong?
Yeah, you know, we have a crazy deal right now. Double the alcohol, double the price.
Hey, can I get a shot on the house? I know the manager.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. I know the manager too. They're my boss.
So, what comes on the cowboy burger?
Well, if you open your eyes, it'll tell you right there.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, my pleasure.
All right. And as par for the course for Cerebral TV, there's no response to it. It speaks for itself. And I will go into our new segment that we have. Yeah, looking at the time. Okay. But I still, maybe next time. Talk to y'all later, Ash. No, I'm not going to make it in under an hour. Here we go. Here we go.
Hashtag Live Mic TV 234 at NSYNCstalgia. Hashtag Verse TV 234F. Text NSYNC October 24th, 2000 World Series at Yankee Stadium.
NSYNC.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
NSYNC.
All right. So I wanted to show that for NSYNC's harmony, which is exceptional in my opinion. And at first, when I saw it had the words in the, not the lyrics, but what was written of what was being said or sung, it said booing. And I was like, oh, whoever wrote that up is just hating. But then I realized, no, chances are whoever posted the original of this just used the AI thing to translate what was going on and write it on the screen. And it also reminded me of at Howard University in the marching band, the year that we played for the Philadelphia Eagles game. And they were like, and ladies and gentlemen, for your halftime pleasure, Howard University's Showtime Marching Band. And we came out there and there was just a wall of boos on the field. And I was like, wow, do they hate us that much? Do they not understand that we're still kids? And I was a kid for that. Like, that was at a time that I was learning that, oh, post-high school, I'm no longer a kid. But for that, I'm like, do they not know that we're kids? Anyway, but that had me realize that when it comes to sports, people are very serious about their sports and don't like things that take away from the sport itself. And I can't speak to that, so I won't. That's a good thing. Anyway, but yeah, so people just didn't want to hear. It wasn't hate to NSYNC. Well, maybe it was partially hate to NSYNC because that was around the time that NSYNC first came to America, because those in the know that they started off in Germany a few years prior. But anyway, but those harmonies, exceptional. Boyz II Men's had some exceptional harmonies also, and I feel I would be remiss if I did not mention that. But those NSYNC harmonies right there, exceptional. And all right, hashtag Verse TV family. I'm Aaron Mack. You can find me, Aaron Mack, at versetv.com. That's AARON. It's not hiccups though. That's AARONMCK at BERSTEAV.com. And find Verse TV all over social media at VERSTEAV or hashtag VERSTEAV. We're all over. You can Alta Vista search us. I don't think Alta Vista is still a thing. No, I think Alta Vista actually is still a thing. I think it's still a thing that was bought by Google now. But Ask Jeeves is what's not still a thing. Anyway, I'm a millennial. I'm 40 years old. Yes. Talk to y'all later, social media family. Peace. Hashtag versetv.com. Stay blessed. All right.